Hello guys, and welcome to today's tutorial on CuteLuks. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make your straight pocket and your slant pocket. Sit tight while I go to the table and show you how to cut it out, your pocketing, and how to manage your pocketing on your material. So while I go down to the table, guys, like this video, turn on your notification, subscribe, and then drop your comment, and then sit tight and watch this video. I have my material cut out. I have two pocketing. This is a pocketing. You can see the pieces you use in making your pocket is called a pocketing. It's the pocket opening that helps you to call that area your pocket, because your hand will pass in and then it becomes a pocket. But this is called a pocketing. Be the material you're using, as long as you're having this shape out, it's called a pocketing. So before I go down to the table, the sewing machine, to show you how to place your pocketing on your material and then work out your pocket, we have this here. You can cut your pocketing straight this way and then connect on the machine and curve out the way you want, or you can also come down here and shaping your pocketing out this way. You see, some people don't know how to manipulate this on the machine. They end up spoiling the pocketing. This helps you to guide how to manage this area, so you don't have another shape around this area when you're working. And also this area you notch, so your measurement will be balanced. So you can see, you can shape out your pocketing this way. You can also notch it so that you know the area to stop while you're sewing. So you see, you're making a slant pocket, and you see, or you are leaving it straight. Can you see, you're leaving it straight, it still works out fine for you. So but here I'm going to be leaving this pocketing straight. I prefer shaping my pocketing on my machine than shaping it out this way. I don't really fancy that idea, but it's up to you. You can make yours this way or make yours this way. So in this video I'm going to be telling you the measurements and how to place your pocketing on your material. Mainly on male pockets, we have our pocketing as 14 by 14. Saying 14 by 14, the length gives us 14 inches long. You can see here, and then the wideness here is 7 into 2. When you open it becomes 14. So folded, we place 7 inches, so that when we open it out it becomes 14. Can you see? So I'm going to roll this out so you see the straight line. And then but because I'm making a pocket for a female, I won't be taking that 14D, because our own pocket opening mainly is at 6.5 inches, because we don't have the big hand like that of the men. The men would do 7 inches and then 14 inches for their pocketing, while the female would do 13, so we can manage in between. So I'm going to be marking my 13 inches here. If you feel it's going to short your measurement, you can do 13.5, but I prefer doing 13 because we have the hip area, whereby we won't be having our pockets going to that area when we dip in our hand to take anything out of our pockets. So I'm going to cut this out because I have two pockets in here. So this is my 14 by 14 pocketing to make my pockets. So you see, so when I open it I have 14 inches here, and then this is 14 by 13 I have here. So I'm going to notch this bottom area. This serves as a guide. Same here. So this is the body part of the short. I'm going to be placing this. So I'm going to chalk out my flap, or chop it out, and then you can see, this is just to show you how I'm going to lay it. So this is not like a real work, this is a rough work here. So I'm just going to shape this out. So you can see you already have the shape out. So you see, so I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. This will serve for our slant pocket, and we're going to use it for a straight pocket to show you how everything is done. So I'll go down to the sewing machine and show you how to place the pocketing on the material and make out a pocket. So guys, see you on the machine. Alright guys, this is it on the table of the sewing machine. You can see my pocketing laying on the body of this material. I won't be leaving it direct same measurement. I'll move it up a little, just 1/4 inch off. You can see it from here. And then I'm going to take my 1.5 inch down here. If I'm making a jumpsuit, I'm taking 1.5 inches down here, so when I sew it 1/2 inch to remain 1 and still come down a bit to rhyme with my hip area. And if I'm making a trouser, all I just need is 1 inch up here and then start sewing from this point. But because I'm making a short, so I'll be taking my 1 inch, just 1 inch here, and then I'll bring my pressed foot down here and then connect my needle. So I'll be making a straight pocket here, so you can see. From that point, I'll take my 6.5 inches to meet this area and then mark my 1/2 inch here. So I'll go ahead and take my straight pocket. So here I will knot it down and then I'll notch it out carefully, and so I'll come to this side and reduce this area. So you can see. So for a knit job, you can actually weave this area to reduce this, and then at this area I'm going to notch up here as well. So you see, so I'm going to top stitch here to hold the pocketing down to the body. I'm going to take a tiny stitch close to the tip of the joining. And then I'm going to stop here. You can see how it's done, just relaxed and neatly stitched. So you take off the threads. Then around this area, depending on the kind of clothes you're making, you can leave it this way and then take your hemming gum, after which you have woven here. Use your hemming gum to match this area flat to the body of the clothes, and you can also come to this area and then match it down with your sewing machine. Take a 1/4 inch, or you use 1/8 to sew, depending on how slim, but most times it's better you use 1/4 to sew things like this so they relax very well. So I'm going to stop at this angle. You can see. And so this is it. We have connected the pocketing to the body side. You can see how neat it looks. So at this area we have two patterns of folding this back. You could actually have this laying on the body like this. All you need to do is weave this area and then match it down with your thread and then sew it down this way, and everything is looking relaxed on your clothes. Or you can do this. Watch this carefully. This is like the right part of the pocketing, and this is the negative part of the pocketing. So I'm going to take this area, the negative part and the negative part, facing each other, and you see, then I'll take it down to the machine if I don't need to weave it. So this is the area where I shape the bottom side of my pocketing. So I'm going to go gently. I keep sewing That's why I notch that area, so everything will end up being equal. So when I get close to this place by 1 inch, I'll turn my hand carefully. You see, I keep going. I keep going. And then when I get here, by 1 inch up, around this area, I stop and knot it down. I take my threads off and then notch this inside carefully, and then I'll come to this area and trim this off. I trim it off carefully so I don't have excess. And it's always good to use a matching thread on your pocketing if the color of your clothes is black and your pocketing is actually white, because if you have another color of pocketing, don't forget you're going to be having a pocket facing around this area, so they connect real good. So I'm going to be turning this inside. So mind you, whenever you're working with the pocketing that is not the same color with your clothes, you have to change the thread on your machine so you have a neat finishing and a uniform work done. So this is it. I'm going to turn this way. You can see. Our pocket is out already, so you can see my notch area is helping me to relate with this well. So I'm going to match this down. Also match this area down. He is looking like a slant pocket. That's because of it's the shape of a woman, so it will be looking a bit shapy, but there's excess around the pocketing, so we have to trim it out. And then I'll come to this downside and match it down. The reason why we always match this area down is why we're moving our hands inside of our pocket, it doesn't break out. So I'm going to match this down here. So I'll trim off my excess to meet my 1/2 inch to sew. So you see, I have a straight pocket on my clothes here, and then I'm going to match this down. So this is the importance of having your pocketing a bit longer than the body. If not, the downside will be jumping up. You can see how relaxed everything is. So I'm just going to match this down carefully to this area. Okay guys, we're almost done with this. So you can trim this off. Not needed. And so around this area, I'm going to turn this here and then top stitch so the pocket stays firm. If you don't know how to turn this, you can use the other method of just matching it down, weave it, and then match it down with the body like I showed you. Or you can also shape it like I explained from the beginning. Shape it out so you already have the shape equally curved out if you cannot manage the shaping of this. And the reason why we notch this area and then push this inside is so when we are sewing this area to the back part of the clothes, it does not step on the pocketing. You can see it on its own. So when the stitch is coming from this area half all the way to this place, it corresponds. You can see its own space is inside. It will just step on this and then move carefully. So that's it on our straight pocket, and then I'll be going straight to show you how to make this slant pocket. So sit tight and then join me while I make this second pocket. Alright guys, you can see at the left side of this short, we have done our straight pockets. You can see my hand can moving comfortably, and then it won't have to disturb the body. Looking relaxed even at the back side. Can you see? So like I said, this video is really going to help you if you have issues with making your own pocket. If you like I said, you can run a stitch or you use the hemming gum to match this down if you don't want to have your stitch showing on the pocket line. So at the right side, I'm going to show you how to make your slant pocket. So we'll put this aside and then show you how to make a slant pocket. This is it on your slant pocket. Is that you want the slant pocket very wide or you want it small? But here I'm going to be taking 2 inches because I don't like it too wide. So I'll take my 2 inches here and I'll be slanting by 6.5 inches down here. So I will notch this area to help me to guide, and then I will notch this area as well by 1/2 inch. This is my 1/2 inch here, so I'll just notch to the 1/2 inch. Some people also notch on their pocketing, but I prefer working on the machine. So like I said before, if you're working with a material that is not the same material with your pocketing, you're supposed to place a pocket facing here. Since this place is called our pocket pieces, this is where we have our pocket pieces. If we're making a material work that is not the same color with our pocketing, like we have our Ankara, when we have excess like that, we tend to use our material to make our pocketing. But if it's not enough, we use the pocketing material and then use our Ankara or any other kind of material to place a pocket pieces here and a pocket facing here. You would have seen it in some of our trousers. You see here having the same color with the body. Yes, because it's supposed to be that we're uniformly finished. But when you turn inside, you see there's another color for the pocketing. So it won't be nice having a brown color material and your pocketing is white and it's showing. It doesn't make sense. So if you're working mainly for the slant pockets, you always have a pocket facing around this area, something like this. Yeah, something like this shape here. You always have it placed around this area. So we match it down carefully and then we fold this way and then sew it. I guess I'll have to use this idea on the machine so that you understand what I'm talking about. So this area will be our pocket pieces, which is relating with this material. So there will be no need to start using pocket pieces, or rather, let me use it instead so it will be clear. So I'll use this area for the pocket pieces, and the pocket pieces and the pocket facing does not have the same shape. The pocket pieces is always straight this way. You can see at most times always have it at 3 inches so that it goes inside real good with the material. So when you put your hand in, the pocketing will not run out with it. So I'll go down to the table of the sewing machine and show you how it's done. So this is it. While you have your iron, you can fold this. You can see it's already slant out. But before that, if you have your stay, make sure you have your stay around it, because this pocket can be very funny while you're sewing. Because it does not have any stay, you notice to start scalloping around this area and give you a rough stitch. So I'll be going to the table and show you how to place this pocketing and make a slant pocket. So guys, let's go down to the table of the sewing machine. So guys, we are here on the machine. Like I said, if you're making a slant pocket, which I did not show you on the straight, making a straight pocket, which I did not show you, that's if you're working with different material. This is how you place your pocket pieces. You run it down here together, open like this. You just match it down, and then here you fold this way and then match it down. So you see it stays together with the material, and then you use this edge to sew with the body. But because we're about to make a slant pocket, we won't be needing this, because the body of this material is going to help us with our pocket pieces. So there won't be any need for pocket pieces on the slant pocket. It's only the facing we'll be needing. So this is it. I'm going to take my pocketing and lay this way. This is the negative side and this is the negative side of my body. And so I'm going to do this. Don't forget to always make your pocketing a bit longer than the body of your material. So you can see we're having all this because it's shaped out. Assuming it's straight like a man's trouser, you will be having all this excess. So I'll pull this up a bit so I stay on the safe side with my pocketing. I don't have a bent work. So start from this area, match it down from the inside carefully. I'll take it to meet this point. I slant my hand, I keep going. You see? And then I'm here. And so I'll take this off inside a bit so that the main body will close it up. So you see it's covering it. So like I said, when I made the other pockets, you come to this area and weave and then match this down. But before that, you notch your pocketing as well so that it will relax with the body. So this is it. I'm going to take this and fold this way inside and make it relax. You take it from here carefully, match it down this way, and then as well you go carefully. Stop and then do this. So this will serve as our pocket pieces, and then this area I'm going to place our pockets facing. I'll take this straight from here. I'll match it down. You can actually make your pocket facing long if you want, but the main important thing is to close up the material of the pocketing because it's not the same color with that of the main material of the body. So I'll turn it this way and run it. And then I'll fold it. Then run it this way. You can see I'll be carefully moving it. Do the same here. Keep moving it carefully. You can actually fold yours on the table with your iron if you cannot be able to manipulate this turn over here. And so I'll finish it here and then close it. So that's it for the pocket facing. And then like I said, when it comes to this area, you can see the slant is already showing. If you like, you can use your hemming gum to hold down so you don't have your stitch showing here, or you can also run it with the 1/4 inch like I said on the straight pocket. So I'll match this down carefully and then I'll take it out. So if you notice what I said, if you don't have your stay, you might sometimes scallop while you're sewing to start giving effect on your material if you don't know how to manipulate this. And try so hard so your inner stitch will not show at the outside of it. You can see how it looks. And so I'm going to bring this back. You can weave and just match down, and you can also turn like I did on the straight pocket to fold the bottom side of this. So I'm going to pick it from the notch area. So you see, this is the notch area. I folded it, and then I'll match this down carefully, and then I sew it down. And then around my 1 inch I will turn, and then come here and mark 1 inch up, and then keep coming, finish ½ inch around here. And then match it down. And then you notch, move up, so take any excess inside of it. You see, and then I'm going to turn out. Try to always take care of your threads off so your work looks very neat. So you see, the notch area always helps us with our movements on our pockets making. So you see, everything is looking relaxed from the inside to the outside of it. So you can see. That's why it's always good to have your pocket facing very big. It goes inside, so when this is coming, it won't be showing like this. So I'm going to match this area down carefully. So you can see it's tight down, and then at this area I have my 2 inches for me, and also half extra to sew, so it will remain my 2 inches left out for me. Can you see the 2 inches I took off? So I have extra ½ inch to sew with. So I'm going to match this down as well, and then you can see in this one, the pocketing and the body ends up becoming the same measurement. So you see, when you finish making it, you go back and check your waist measurement. If you have excess, like I feel like I'm having more than 2½ inches here, so you see, all I have to do is to shape it out a little and take that little shape off, so that the shape of my body will come back again while I'm sewing. So all I have to do is now is to sew and shape out the body to reach this area. Can you see my pockets, slant pocket is out? You see what I was talking about when you don't have a stay on your pockets while you're making your slant pocket? It starts to scallop around this area, so you need that stay. And then I'm going to top stitch this area. Always make sure your stitch inside is properly trimmed, but not too much that it will lose your work, so that when you're top stitching, you won't be climbing the stitch to just look your same inside, to just look very relaxed. So I'm going to run into this area, and then boom. You're done with that. And so around this area, so your pocket doesn't start opening, you take the measurement of your pocket. This is your 6½. This is where your sewing will start from. then you come down here by 1/2 inch and then match it down so it doesn't break. You notice on some of our trousers, mainly the male trousers, you see this extra match here so that the pocket does not break. But if you like, you can leave it that way and then just sew. So you can see even with the extra match, my hand can enter as a female. Can you see? It's very easy. So when my band is coming, to just take this, and this is still remaining to hold back this place. So as you can see, I am done with the slant pockets. So I'll go to the table now and show you the 2 pockets of this short. So guys, here on the table are the 2 types of pockets we have on this short. This is our slant pocket. You can see it, what it looks like from here. You can see my pocket is looking slanty at this one. Yep, this is our slant pocket at the right side, and this at the left side is our straight pocket. You can see, very comfortable. My 2 hands can enter inside of them. Can you see? So while you're making yours, just follow through the steps of this video and then you'll be able to make your straight and your slant pocket. So guys, don't forget to like this video, turn on your notification bell, subscribe, and I'll be waiting for you at the comment section. Also follow us on our Facebook channel, CuteLuks Stitches, so you could have some of our styles posted there and some of our videos to watch. Okay guys, thank you for joining me in this video. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye guys.